The boardroom is silent as Boeing's directors gather, a weighty decision hanging in the air. Walter Ryan stands, his proposal echoing through the room, bring Boeing back to its roots in Seattle. The stakes are immense, the tension palpable. As the board blocks Ryan's vision, a chain of events begins that will unravel everything they built. What were the implications of cost-cutting measures on the safety and performance of the Boeing 737 MAX? In the early days, Boeing was a beacon of innovation, a company that soared with the dreams of ordinary people. Founded in Seattle, it was the heart of aviation advancement. By the time the Boeing 777 took its first commercial flight in 1995, the company was already a titan of the skies. Families in Seattle were proud, their livelihoods tied to the success of Boeing's ventures. The merger with McDonnell Douglas on August 1, 1997, was a strategic move, promising even greater heights. But with growth came pressure. A relentless push to meet deadlines and budgets began to overshadow the founding principles of safety and quality. The 737 MAX, once envisioned as the crown jewel of Boeing's fleet, became a symbol of this shift. The consequences of prioritizing cost over caution would soon become impossible to ignore. Boeing's reputation, once untouchable, was about to face a test it had never anticipated. The first signs of trouble were subtle, almost imperceptible, but they were there, lurking beneath the surface. In February 2016, Boeing faced a turbulent day on Wall Street. The stock plummeted 79%, a stark reminder of the pressures mounting within the company. Executives, fixated on maintaining Boeing's dominance, began to make choices that would ripple through the industry. Inside Boeing's headquarters, the mood was tense. Decisions were made in hushed meetings, where whispers of cost-cutting measures were coupled with promises of innovation. The vision was clear: keep Boeing at the forefront of aviation, no matter the cost. But these measures, designed to streamline production and boost profits, also brought unforeseen risks. As the company navigated these challenges, the Boeing 737 MAX emerged as a key player. Engineers worked tirelessly to integrate new technologies into the aircraft, aiming for efficiency and market appeal. Yet the pressure to deliver quickly and under budget led to compromises. Safety checks took a backseat as deadlines loomed. By March 2019, the 737 MAX faced its ultimate test. The grounding of the entire fleet, following 2 catastrophic crashes, sent shockwaves through the industry. The loss of 346 lives was a devastating blow, a stark consequence of the decisions made in pursuit of progress. Boeing's reputation, once a fortress, now showed cracks. The boardroom was no longer silent. Discussions turned to damage control as the company grappled with the fallout. Financial losses mounted, and Boeing's once unassailable position was under siege. Yet, amidst the chaos, a new threat was emerging, poised to challenge everything Boeing had built. It's October 23, 2019, and Boeing's quarterly financial report hits the desks of anxious executives. The numbers tell a grim story. Boeing is staggering under financial losses of $25 billion, a direct result of the 737 MAX groundings. The company's total debt has ballooned to $60 billion. In the boardroom, the atmosphere is charged with urgency. Every eye is on the figures, each one a reminder of the cost of past decisions. 5 days later, on October 28, 2020, Boeing makes a drastic move. Nearly 30,000 employees are laid off, a 10% cut in the workforce. The decision is a desperate attempt to stabilize the company amid the financial turmoil. The corridors of Boeing, once bustling with activity, now echo with the silence of uncertainty. The impact is felt beyond the company, affecting thousands of families and shaking the local economy. As the months pass, the pressure mounts. Boeing faces a $5 billion settlement, a figure that looms large over every strategic discussion. The settlement includes a $500 million fund for crash victims and $1.77 billion for airline customers, a painful acknowledgement of the human and commercial toll of the crisis. The financial penalties are staggering, yet they barely scratch the surface of the reputational damage. In the face of these challenges, Boeing's leadership is at a crossroads. On October 28, 2024, a bold decision is made. A significant share sale valued at nearly $19 billion. The move is a gamble, a bid to inject much-needed capital into the struggling giant. The stakes are enormous and the outcome uncertain. Boeing stands on the brink, teetering between recovery and further ruin. The next steps will determine their fate. The boardroom is tense on a Thursday morning as Boeing's top executives gather to confront the fallout. The U.S. Justice Department has just announced a settlement. Boeing will pay over $5 billion to close a criminal probe. The room is silent, the weight of 346 lost lives hanging heavily in the air. The settlement breaks down into $243, $6 million criminal penalty, $500 million fund for crash victims, and $77 billion allocated to compensate airline customers. Each figure is a painful reminder of the cost of cutting corners. As the dust settles from this announcement, Boeing's financial woes continue to unravel. On Wednesday, the company reports its first quarterly profit in nearly 2 years, a modest $567 million, overshadowed by a $96 billion net loss. Revenue stands at $17 billion, with the commercial airplane unit contributing $6.02 billion, yet negative margins of -7.8% reveal the underlying struggles. The defense sector fares slightly better, pulling in $6.88 billion. The numbers are sobering, but the real shock comes from the stock market. Boeing's shares, once a pillar of stability, have plummeted by 40%, eroding investor confidence. The total debt has swollen to $60 billion, a financial albatross threatening to drag the company under. Meanwhile, the competition circles like vultures. Airbus, Boeing's chief rival, seizes the opportunity to capture market share, pushing its A320neo family as a safer, more reliable alternative. Boeing's dominance is no longer assured. In the midst of this turmoil, Boeing's leadership faces a critical decision. The path they choose next could either salvage their legacy or seal their fate. In the shadow of Boeing's crisis, the true cost of prioritizing deadlines and budgets over safety becomes evident. The 737 MAX tragedy exposes a systemic flaw, rooted in the clash of corporate cultures following the McDonnell-Douglas merger. The repercussions extend beyond financial penalties and settlements. They carve deep scars into Boeing's reputation and shake the aviation industry to its core. This saga serves as a stark reminder. Cutting corners can lead to catastrophic outcomes. As Boeing grapples with its decisions, the aviation world watches closely. The lessons learned here could redefine industry standards and reshape the future of air travel. But what Boeing's leadership decides next will determine if they can truly rise from the ashes. In the aftermath of the 737 MAX disaster, Boeing's decisions echo through the aviation industry. The cost-cutting measures, once seen as strategic, now reveal their deadly implications. The tragic loss of 346 lives stands as a stark reminder of the dangers of prioritizing deadlines over safety. Boeing's financial penalties, though substantial, pale in comparison to the human cost. As the company navigates its recovery, the world watches, hoping for a commitment to safety over profit. Boeing's next move will determine if it can rebuild trust and redefine its legacy.